Hey guys, my name's Steve, this is the Heroine's Corner and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about some Black British books that are releasing this summer. Guys, I swear I just saw a policeman on a scooter. What the hell? So today, it is absolutely boiling, like, in the UK. Like, I don't even know why I'm wearing this vest, and like I have to close my window because like I'm right by a road. Like, I'm actually struggling, guys. But anyway, today we're going to be talking about some Black British books that are coming out this summer. Like, that's it. Let's just get straight into the video. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter. It's Heroine's Corner. Follow me on Instagram. It's Heroine's Corner. And let's just go straight into it. I have a lot of like different books I have to talk to you guys about today. We have some non-fiction, we have adult fiction, we have romantic comedy, we have YA, we have middle grade, we have magical realism. As always, disclaimer, these aren't all the Black British books that are coming out. I did a video earlier on this year talk about some Black British books that like came out in the first kind of 5 months of this year, so please check that out if you're looking for more Black British book releases. And I'm planning to do another video like this maybe towards the tail end of the summer, early autumn. I got you covered. I got you covered throughout the year. I'm going to cheat a bit because I'm going to start in May, but there's one like release I really want to talk about, so yeah, allow me to cheat. All right, so the first book I want to talk about is Dina Atta's Only on the Weekends. This is going to be a YA contemporary romance novel, and if the name Dina Atta sounds familiar, it's because they wrote Black Flamingo, which was a YA coming of age novel in verse story. I absolutely love Black Flamingo. I think I definitely talked about it on my channel, but I don't know like what video I talked about it. But anyway, absolutely love that book. So it's already released. It came out on the 24th of May and it was published by Hachette Children's Group. In this book, we are following like a queer love triangle. So we have Mac, and Mac is like 15 years old and he's kind of like a hopeless, whatever, romantic, and he's in love with Karim, but he feels like Karim isn't giving him like a lot of attention and all that stuff. And then Mac's dad has to move to Scotland for a job, so Mac moves with him. And then while on like the job is like in film, so while on like the scene whatever, he meets Finlay, and like it's kind of like a love at first sight, and you know what I mean, we're getting all those vibes. But obviously Mac's like but I really love Karim, but now I like Finlay, and then like these worlds are going to merge, I believe, and all that messy good YA stuff. Yeah, I really love Black Flamingo, so as soon as I heard Dina Atta was writing like another book, and this one's like, I think it's going to be like just fully in prose, which is a difference to Black Flamingo, which was like poems and stuff like that, which I absolutely loved. But I'm very excited to see how Dina Atta like tackles like prose, and if we get some of that lyricism that we saw in Black Flamingo. So next we're going to be talking about 3 books, but all releasing on the same day, and that is the 9th of June. So the first book I'm going to talk about is I Heard What You Said by Jeffrey Boakye, and this is a non-fiction book about the education system. And Jeffrey Boakye is basically a Black teacher, and he's talking about like being of the margins of a very white education system and his encounters with the education system and all the problems he's kind of come up against. I'm really excited to read this because earlier this year, I'm pretty sure it was earlier this year, I read Black Teacher, which was a really lovely book. I don't talk about it enough on this channel, but it's a lovely non-fiction book about the first, I think it was like the first Black woman who was like a head teacher in England, and I really enjoyed the insight that book gave me about the education system at that time and about just like racism at that time. So I'm really excited to read this book. I haven't read a non-fiction in ages as well, actually, but I'm very interested to see kind of his perspective as a Black male teacher into this very white world of education. I Heard What You Said is also being published by Pat Macmillan. The second book coming out on the 9th of June is The Lizzie and Belle Mysteries, Drama and Danger by J.T. Williams. And guys, I'm so excited for this book. I feel like this book out of like other books I'm going to talk about in this video is like up there, because firstly, I'm pretty sure it's middle grade. So we're following two black girls, 18th century London, and Lizzie kind of works at her dad's like tea shop, and Belle is an heiress. But one day they connect eyes at like this theater because we're pretty sure something amiss happened on stage, and together they are going to be like solving mysteries, and we're going to be bumping into black British figures like of that time. And I'm like, guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Like, I'm always thinking like, what book is going to be the book to like break my book buying ban? And like, I feel like it's going to be this book, guys, because are you joking? Like, you guys know I love historical fiction. So we're talking historical fiction novel. We're talking black historical figures. We're talking black British historical figures. Do I have to say more? It's been published by HarperCollins, and it comes out the 9th of June. And I'm just so excited for this book, guys. Like, as soon as I saw it on Twitter, I was like, yep. I'm like, yep. Yep. The next book I'm going to be talking about is another nonfiction book, and it's Black Sheep, A Story of Rural Racism, Identity and Hope by Sabrina Pace-Humphreys. So Sabrina Humphreys is mixed race, and I think she like grew up in Scotland or just like a rural market town, and this book is basically about the racism she encountered in that market town and just her struggles with finding her identity. She also became a teenage mom, so it's about like her breaking that kind of stereotype of like the black teenage mom, and just of her struggles and her triumphs. And I don't know, like this book just really interested me because rural racism, I'm very like intrigued to see the kind of type of racism she was facing. I also love reading about people's successes and how they kind of triumph over like the obstacles that they face in their life. You know, it could be really inspiring. I'm very excited to read this, and I just found out about this book like quite recently, maybe like a couple of days ago. It's being published by Quickhurst Publishing, and yeah, it's another book releasing on the 9th of June. So with the next book, we're going straight into July, and it's a very popular release that's going to be coming out, and that's Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola. Like, I love her name, by the way, like Bolu Babalola, like it's such a pretty name. And yeah, so this is coming out on the 5th of July, and it's said to be like a romance like comedy. Like, let me just explain to you guys what's going on in this book. So in this book, we are following Kiki, and Kiki is a host of a popular radio show at her university called Brown Sugar. It's kind of about and it's kind of about like relationships and like love and stuff like that. And Kiki on her radio show basically slighted this guy called Malachi, called him like the waste man of Whitewell. I love that. But she's kind of like charmed by Malachi. It's kind of like, oh, like maybe I got this guy wrong, and he's very like charming and stuff like that. And the book is basically about like the comedy of like her falling in love with this guy that she told every other girl to basically stay away from. And I'm here for that. I'm here for that drama. I'm here for the romantic comedy aspects. I haven't actually read Bolu Babalola's first book, Love and Color, but I saw so many people loving and praising the hell out of that book. So I feel like this is going to be the book like for me to like get into like Bolu Babalola, and I really hope I enjoy it so I can then like read Love and Color. I'm not missing university but I'm happy to just kind of be in university stories. Like, I feel like I don't read a lot of books that take place like at university, so I'm just excited to see like the character dynamics and all that stuff. The next book I actually found out like yesterday, like on Twitter, and the thing that caught my eye about this book was the cover. Absolutely stunning. So the next book is Rapunzella, or Don't Touch My Hair by McLeod, and this comes out on the 7th of July, and it's been published by Scholastic UK. And this book sounds so great. It's right up my street. The summary is like slightly confusing. So we're following like Rapunzella, who's imprisoned by an enchanted forest of her own making. Like, it's her hair that's created the enchanted forest. Like, oh my gosh. And I think like that enchanted forest is kind of like metaphorical for like a hair salon that she goes to, and it's like a safe space, and things are a bit weird in the hair salon, like magical realism vibes, I'm telling you. Apparently this book is just about our protagonist Ella, who's coming of age, finding her strength as a young black woman. And guys, I'm actually really excited for this book. Like, I'm really excited for this book. So I was happy that like I found it on Twitter yesterday, and also like the author was like, yeah, I'm Black British. I'm like, great, I could put in this video because yeah. And we have another YA book, and this one's releasing on the 7th of July as well, and that is Benjamin Dean's The King is Dead. I love Benjamin Dean's middle grade books. He wrote Me, My Dad, and the End of a Rainbow and The Secret Sunshine Project. Both of them are lovely books, like especially the Sunshine Project. Like that might be like one of my top books of like 2022 so far. And this is his YA. This is YA, so I'm very excited to see how he tackles YA. Apparently like a black LGBTQ plus reimagining of like monarchy. So we're following James, and James is like the first black heir for this royal family, and his father passes away, so he becomes king when he's 17 years old. And that's going to be like messy enough, but his boyfriend has like suddenly disappeared, and like secrets within the palace are being leaked and all these different things. And James realizes that his inner circle might not be as tight as he seems. And I'm just excited because Benjamin Dean, like I'm just like, I want to read another Benjamin Dean book. But also I'm very interested to see how race and queer identity and queerness just plays into this narrative of like this royal reimagining. I'm just Benjamin Dean. I'm just Benjamin Dean. Like that's it. Like that is like the key reason why I want to read this book. So we have another Black British YA. Black British YA is kind of on a roll right now, guys. Like I don't know if you've noticed, but this is from Candice Braithwaite, and Candice Braithwaite has written 2 non-fiction books. One of them is I'm Not Your Baby Mother and Sister, and both of them are really amazing books. And she's coming out with some fiction. So the book she's coming out with is called Cut Both Ways, and it's being published by Hachette's Children's Group, and it's being released on the 4th of August 2022. And this is about growing up as a black teen, the complexities surrounding that, and we also have like a love story in the midst here. So we're following 16-year-old Cynthia, who used to live in South London, but now she's kind of been moved to the countryside, and she's going to a private school, and she's kind of dealing with that change while also being like caught between 2 boys. And this is like interesting tension, guys, because the 2 boys that she's like, you know, dealing with, the brothers. So we have head boy Thomas, who's white, and then we also have his adopted black brother Isaac. They both kind of keep secrets from her. Cynthia has her own secrets. This is said to be a very like true, sharp, honest look of just like black British teenage life, and I'm just here for it. I'm really here for it. I'm also going to get an arc for this book as well. So I don't know, just Candice Braithwaite, like writing fiction, like I'm just here for it. I love her TikToks as well. It's like having like a really cool auntie. Like she just gives out like these gems of like advice and just insight, and I just love that. So the last book I want to talk to you guys about today is One for Sorrow, Two for Joy by Mary Claire Amuah, and this is releasing the 18th of August. And this is a book about domestic abuse, about kind of breaking from that intergenerational trauma cycle, following the protagonist of Stella. And Stella's father used to be like very violent and very unpredictable, and that's really impacted her. So now that she's older, she's trying to kind of live her life and she's trying to like get away from that trauma. It's taking place in London, and the story is basically just about intergenerational trauma, about finding hope, finding your resilience, and kind of just breaking through. You guys know it's kind of like my motto on this channel. If I'm reading books about black pain, there has to be black humanity in the book. And what I've been reading about this book so far, it seems like there is that like core of like humanity in this book. And to be honest, sometimes you just need a book that's like gut-wrenching and heartbreaking, and like you feel all the emotions. In the summary, it shows that there's still the presence of hope, and I really like, you know, if we're going through that pain, about trauma, that there is some hope there. I'm not saying it needs to be a happily ever after, but just a presence of hope. I really love reading in books that deal with heavy topics, so we're very excited to read it. It's a distant kind of release date, still the 18th of August, but I can still be excited and it can still be on your radar, so it's on your radar. So that's it. Those are some of the Black British books that are releasing this summer. Please put them on your pre-order list, put them on your TBR, spread the word. And reminder, these aren't all the Black British books that are coming out and all that stuff. These are just some of the books that sparked my interest and thought that you guys would also be interested in. Please let me know down below what books in this video interested you the most, and any other kind of Black British book releases that are on your radar as well. But that's it, guys. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon in another video soon. Bye.